angels, ancestors, guides, my team of the highest light and resonance, thank you for raising me out of my bed. Thank you for this blessed Ogun Tuesday. Divine masculine, make it hot. Divine feminine, make it hot. I said, spirit, make it pop. What's up, my unit? How are you? hmm Happy New Week. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell. Make sure you're here on time. Divine timing, that is. I hope you guys like your monthlies. If you haven't, go check them out. I am also back on the Spotify. So if you want to hear me and not see me for whatever reason, jump on the Spotify. Same name, D3J6I9. I'll be on there sharing some guidance in a different way. And if you like the cards and they like this, you can come over here. So make sure you hit that bell. I am shadow banned. They're slashing my views, they're slashing my likes. I went on to YouTube on my TV and I went on my channel and all the reads say 0. But on here, they're gracious enough to let me have 10, 11, 12. But it's like different where it's like, yeah, it's not, we're not going to get into it, right? That hate and ass energy, right? And that's what this is about right now, Sagittarius energy, the moon that's coming around. It's that hating energy that doesn't really want to hear what you have to say, right? And in all fairness, my unit, with all due respect, you also do not have to hear what anybody else has to say, right? You don't have to shove that knowledge down your throat and apply it every day if it really doesn't work for you, right? Right? And that's what all this is really about in the end of the day, right? What I do is no different from what everybody else does, right? But everybody else gets through. But I don't get through because it's not what I say, it's really how I'm saying it, right? It's not being delivered in a way where it's not making you feel like there's nothing to think about other than what you thought you came here to hear. I give you something to leave with more than what you thought, right? And that's where it's like they don't want free minds, right? And this is the year of the horse. We're leaving 5 going into 6. So these last 5 years, it's change, right? Whatever it was, time to change, right? 5 is about change, 6 is about balance. So let's just forget about the last 5, go right into the 6, and we're going to balance that out. If it was that terrible, then I'm so sorry for you. But this is where it's time to be fearless now and operate back into the heart chakra. Everything is anchored now in the heart. So you got to figure out where you have been living in, if it's in the heart up and the heart down, and then we're going to flip it and use the opposites. And that's where the hardest part is, right? Operating in ways that are not, you're not used to, right? And that's where it's like when you hear something too that you're not used to, it triggers. But then at the same time, does it apply, right? We have confidence is key to your success, right? Leo energy, right? You're good enough in Virgo. And this is a time of mutable signs. This is a mutable moon coming up, Gemini moon and Sagittarius energy. So my mutable signs, this is where a lot of times where you just worry about yourself, right? We're going to worry about ourselves. How many times have you gone back and forth on something, right? And it's not like, oh, I'm going to do it, I'm not going to do it. It's really about, is it true? Is it not true? Is this the best way? Is it not the best way? Right? After a while, you just make up your mind, right? And this is where it's kind of like you don't need to be asking so much people on the outside for this answer that you already feel like you know. Internally, we're already there. We already tapped in. We feel it. And this is where the hating ass energy can come in from the outside and just deter you. They hear it and they just, and it's like, it doesn't even necessarily have to be something where they you feel like it's being put down or negativity being put on there. But if there's no motivation, right, and nobody cares, that can also put you in stagnant energy right now, right? And this is not a competition. Expect a powerful change, right? That's what this is, right? Expect a powerful change. This is not a competition, right? Believe in the impossible. Don't let your past hold you back, right? You know what was coming through? Communication is key. You know what was coming through? the Sagittarius energy, right? Show the world the real you, right? The Sagittarius energy of how that one just spazzed out not too long ago, right? Surrender to the divine, right? Internally, I feel like that Saggy was going through a queen complex, right? And instead of internally seeing how she could level up herself, she took it out on her peers. And she went out there and she went boom, 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 went attack, 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 attack. And now what happened was, if anything, what we got to see was the real her, right? On the flip side, this is what could be happening internally, and you're being invited to now show the world the real you, as in, you're not going to get pissed off about it where you are now going to blame the outside and find a method to your madness, right? This is actually a time where you feel like you're honoring your chosen method and path, right? The threshold, the village, right? Right? This is where it's going to be put on demonstration. We have the mother, right? I'm getting examples. You are an example. What you have to say and what you have to do up here is an example. You don't speak up enough, right? Because you're afraid of having the backlash of having that debate. But even in essence, this is about strengthening yourself and knowing that others are not going to think like you, and you're not going to be able to always shift a mind, even if it is into the positive. I know that, right? Mother, right? With this mothering vibe, these masks. That's what I'm saying. There's something here where it's like I'm getting venom, right? This is like having Aquarius energy. Like there's people around, right, that literally fucking act like they're the most caring, loving people around here. And really, when you break down the information and the ways that they're telling you how to do things or what they believe is true or et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, you'll see that they're fake as fuck, right? And this is why they don't have anything, right? They are also in need of healing, right? They're looking for their prize in life, right? But the moment you go, and this is where now you could, like, it's like detaching from this and showing the world that you can get it done on your own, right? Right? This is where energies, where you may ask energies for advice, the sword, right? And they may tell you that that's the truth. And then you take it, but then at the same time you say, you know what? I'm going to try my truth. And then they go and get upset as if like you're an idiot. You didn't take their advice, right? So you don't know what you're doing. Even if you failed, even at this time, there's two. You have to try. You have to try, right? And if there's any errors, those are your errors. How does it affect anybody else? What are you mad about? If anything, you could say time was wasted because I may have once again asked you for what it is that you have to say, but this time I didn't take it, right? Gnosis. Yeah, you're smart enough to know it on your own. You got this done on your own, mystic. You're like, it's okay, right? This mothering vibes in here. The ring is like this. The commitment energy. You see the ring dropped in here, right? This is. I feel like you're. The mothering vibes are coming back to yourself, taking care of yourself, right? Nurturing yourself, showing the world that you can take care of yourself. You see what I'm saying? Even if you haven't said it before, right? You're gonna say it now, right? You're gonna show the world what it can, what you could do, right? And this is basically, even if this is the first time you're doing it, it's okay. It's the first time you've also seen yourself put yourself in target, on target, right? The thread. You threaded this stuff together, and you see exactly what this is about now, and it's hitting in the heart, and you have purpose, right? This is a feeling. This feeling is like, this is a feeler. This is somebody who probably even tapping in at this time too. Like, knowledge is power, and I feel like what you're tapping into right now. You're seeing the more, right? Just like I'm speaking to you now, you're seeing. You can see that there's more to you, and that's what this is about. Getting out there, angels and masters, clarity. The chakras are just like, you're just here, rebirth, come through, right? Divine wisdom, right? This is very Akashic like. Some of you guys are tapping in. This moon should be awakening, where you just realize too, like, you've seen what you have been born into, Not that you haven't before, but the true understanding of your bloodlines and understanding like you're so different and these things are going to continue to push you to be different. So why not just do this now, right? hmm And family is that place that will do it to you too, right? Right. And I feel like the energies that are opening up right now are going to be able to yeah, birthing a new age. No, wait, postpone, have fun, don't be so serious. Age of light, you've been doing this for lifetimes. Yeah, I feel like the energies now are going to be able to have the courage to dismiss and turn down and say no. And this is the thing, when you tell when you have boundaries at this time too, oh my gosh, the boundaries. So you have some boundaries at this time and people are gonna lose their minds. So when you say no, it's the no is like it's giving it's not an absolute no. This is just a postpone. It's kind of like, can you wait? And people don't have patience, right? And at this time you have to see what that does for you as well, right? Because if you're making moves right now and you're continuing to move on others, like, oh, I need help, I need this, and you're just out there to ready to split yourself and share yourself up when you already made an oath to kind of like just cool it for a second. Those things can come in here and deter your stuff too. Here we go, the crumbling. What are you clinging on to? hmm Sometimes it's not what we're clinging on to, it's what's still clinging on to us, right? And as you're vibrating and you're rising and you're elevating, and trust me, energy at this time too, just talking to you, right? The initiation, right? Longing for home. Don't dim to fit in, right? Dimming your light to fit in. That's what I said, even talking to you, right? It's like the answer the call. What is your soul calling you to do, right? Play, take a break. hmm Inner temple devotion, tone into your heart. Warrior woman, have you answered your deepest calling? hmm There's things that need to get done. Some people are not that serious. They're not that serious, and it's not that they need to be, right? But speaking on and speaking, right? Reclaim your power, open to infinite possibilities, right? At this time, right? Whatever you're speaking into existence, right? Bring your ideas to life. You don't need to have that negativity around you. You don't want to hear it. Reclaim your power, right? Right? Be playful. There's so much playful energy here, right? Everything is right. I'm seeing right now is to be playful, right? And Sagittarius energy is very carefree in their own essence, right? At this time, it's like really enjoying being a student again, right? That's what this is about. Divine wisdom. It's like we're being a student again, right? You're being awakened to really time to collaborate, right? You see the puzzle pieces, right? This is like I'm getting set healthy boundaries, antelope spirit, sometimes life things, right? This is also knowing too, like not being able, like as fun as you are, as jokey as you are, and doing things like you can only work with certain people, right? Right off the bat, you already see that, right? Going back into this and showing people who you really are, but just saying like, I don't go around like that, I don't play like that, right? Time to collaborate, like people who can actually put this together, do this together, right? You don't have to meet somebody and be around a long time for people to just come in and have some respect. Time to heal. Snake spirit, right? Watch your words, right? This is where it's like people learn from their mistakes when they come into a new environment, right? Sometimes life stings, right? They remember karma, right? So you're wiser, right? You're showing people that you're grown up, right? That you can collaborate, that you can work with other people, right? Magic works through you. Transformation is beautiful, yeah, right? Be peaceful, right? Right? Use your mind wisely. Sing your own song. hmm as much as we're a part of this world, you know that line, in this world but not of it. This is also giving, like, you know, like the way you think and the way I feel like this energy is coming across, because the course energy is very futuristic, right? Know your worth, skunk spirit, right? Be loyal to what you love, right? Set healthy boundaries, yeah. Right? This is powering through the hate and ass energy. I'm telling you. No matter what, you're gonna be you. You're gonna be real. You can't switch up, right? And if you find yourselves like right when you're on target to do something, or right when you're ready to figure this out, right? You are ready to switch up because of what other people think. This is where it's like, even if you fucked up in the past, spirit's like, know your worth, skunk spirit. You may have a streak, right? Get over it, right? This is what they may see, but it's like, you ain't gonna spray the place until you're bothered. You see what I'm saying? And at this time, you should be in your solitude, right? Nothing is wasted. You should be in your Virgo, right? Be bold and make the first move, right? So the making the moves is what is koala spirit. Spirit has a plan. You're like, this is the plan, right? This is the plan, right? Tend to the small things. hmm Even if at this time I'm hearing tackle everything that you have to do little by little, right? Break it down, right? Break it down. All right. If you feel like you can't see, right? Look at the bigger picture, but break it down, right? You have to go back and forth, right? Emotions, yeah. hmm Shadow self, be fearless, let go. hmm Right. And if you go into the monthlies, we looked into the shadow because there was Scorpio energy where we left Scorpio going into Sagittarius, so I chose to look into the shadow for each sign as well. So there was something there for you to look into, to let go, right? Hope, right? Being very hopeful of the understanding this time, because we got that cosmic connection, right? These cycles and these moons are really giving, right? Showing our choices, showing, like, you know, to believe that it if you haven't changed in the last 5 years of like really looking at your growth of yourself, then you have to really understand that went down and you fell into the loop again. And we're looping, like this loop right now is kind of going like a eight. Like, you know, when you go into the infinity sign, so it's like, imagine, like, you know, the first bottom, I feel like it's a loop. What's like opening up and it's looping this way again to loop again. So then now I feel like it's going to be going like this for another 5 years, right? So as we balance, right, and it kind of still looks like a six, right? Like going in, like, this is how I'm getting them on my download, right? This loop right now is for you to kind of really see the infinity of this, right? Go back to the John Wick read, right? The quote in John Wick where it's like, anything you do, or like how you do something, or how you do something, or anything is how you do everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of getting back into that, right? But it's like, that's not how you really do things, right? The awakening energy. And this could also, like I said, come in from the bloodline where you have been moving through a DNA that really has just been, right? Golden crown, right? Free spirit, right? When you just don't move like that, right? Your communication is coming from spirit, right? This is giving deep, right? Limitless, right? Time out, right? And when I talked about the inner child and stuff, why do you even think it dairies on right now, right? We just left Scorpio energy. We're going into like, we're in Sagittarius as we're going to Capricorn, like that energy, that loop, that Saturn energy, like. And to me, even that energy, to me, when it comes to that movie and the show and the time of like when I was a youth, and how that got to me and scared me a little bit, like, why are we back here again? Because time repeats itself. But it's like how they're even opening up the story of like the timelines of like the healing aspect of that, and also just looping. because it's every 27 years, right? And when you look at that, that's giving like a little bit of like Saturn energy, right? When you go into your Saturn return, right? So it's not being able to kind of like get past a certain fear inside. And that's why I'm like, Spirit has a plan this time where like nothing is wasted, where you forget about the past and you see that you can use this as a checkpoint. But I'll tell you what holds you to your past. Nasty ass energies from the past that won't let you move forward. You see what I'm saying? That don't move forward, right? So you gotta let it go, right? Shadow worth. I mean self-worth, gratitude. Yeah. Right? Appreciating yourself. Right? And just seeing like exactly like where it is in yourself that you can continue to do better. Spirit's like we can always continue to do better, and this is where what you're clinging onto, the clinging, is the chance to kind of like reassess, redo, reset, right? Readjust, right? Because you're not done unraveling, right? You're not done showing the world the real you. There's more to you. There's more. We have infinite. You're like, come on. You see what I'm saying? Come on. Page of Wands. Yeah. And at this time too, this could really be something that's on the brain too. All right. So make sure like like that energy doesn't come in and taint up what you're doing as well. Two of Swords. Knight of Cups. Yeah. Ten of Pentacles. Somebody's like, yo, should I go to sleep or should I take this? But I'm gonna be tired. Like all the like this energy, I feel like the respect that it should have for where you are at this time should know that yo can get up at any time. You see what I'm saying? So whenever you can get down, we'll get down. You see what I'm saying? There's no rush. You see what I'm saying? There's no rush here. Right? You should be threading this together too when you see that when you're focused too, that that's not to say there's no time for this and that you won't make time for this, but you'll see how there's a haste when the lust energy wants to come in now and thread itself in when you're here and you're like, yeah, you see what I'm saying? Like you're not, no. Page of Swords. As I said, this is like spy. Just here for you to fight with yourself. Fight, probably, possibly even just have you just have an internal fight with yourself, right? They may not. Why fight with? Bring a fight to you, right? They're really trying to get to you, right? So it's just the idea of you putting your guards down, right? Remember, we're setting healthy boundaries, right? High Priestess, right? Three of Pentacles, right? I know who to work with. I know who to, right? Right. Spirit's like, just sit back. You've been sitting back. You assess this. You see this for what it is. The assessment energy. When the Seven of Pentacles is here, he's seeing all that he has, but he's looking at something else right here. This is the 6, right? And the 7. The 7th one is that sitting there on that real, like, you're well aware. You're on top of it. Like, he's right on top of it, right? So making this decision already is like, I feel like that's, and here it is, making that decision already. We have Two of Swords, Two of Pentacles, right? The juggling, right? When I feel like deep down inside, this really shouldn't be a problem, because when faith's around, you kind of let go and let God. So the rebirth energy is just sitting here and just going with the Ace of Cups, right? Letting your burdens just, you're giving it up. You're just falling surrender to this, and you're just like, okay, Empress, right? I can, like, this is full abundance. All right, this is beer. This is an abundant ride. Yeah. Judgment. High Priestess, Page of Wands. Yeah. Yeah, somebody's intuition has gone up a notch too. Right? Somebody's intuition has gone up a notch too. Off with their heads. You see what I'm saying? Like, the next time somebody says something stupid, as far not even stupid to you, but just sounds stupid, right? I feel sorry for them because that's a trigger. It's like, you know what, I've been clinging on to this stupid. It's like, what did they do to you? It's like, literally, it's like, not to say you literally did something to me, but it's like, this is complete. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't really put anything on top of this anymore. You see what I'm saying? It makes me sad. And internally, I'm just going to fight, right? So let me just walk away. That's what I'm saying. Somebody's like, let me just walk away, right? Because if I was to be like real with you, right, it probably hurt your feelings, right? Right. So let me just be fair, all right? And it may not seem fair to others, but it will be, it will be. This is the divine intervention energy that's coming in right now, right? Where spirit's like, don't worry, temperance, yeah. You'll get back. You'll be back to being busy in no time. Right? Whatever this is, or whatever you think this is just so it's like you'll be back to being busy in no time. Yeah, the magician. Right? Can put your magic on it and you get things done in no time. Ace of Swords. And that's the truth. Right? That's the truth. Right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. The sun. Yeah. Yeah. Clear as day. And when spirit shows you as well that you're that your mind is made up, right? Be bold. Just like, you know, be bold, because this is gonna put you in like, be bold to speak your truth and say your truth and make your move and share your idea and have your input, right? And hit enter, right? And don't be afraid when you hit send, because I feel like it's going to be part of the plan. Yeah. Everybody's gonna win and everybody's gonna see. Right? This could even be like, you know what? Everybody's probably even seeing now, like, from a move you made, right? Before. Everybody's seeing that this is the smartest thing that you ever did. Yeah, higher fam. Right? You're going places because of this. Empress. Yeah, done. Right? This could have been an old move as well, or something that you said, and you may have thought that this wasn't the greatest thing, and it's put you in a situation now where it's not to say it doesn't feel terrible, but you're just like, it really, what happened, and it took was for you to like close your big mouth, right? But it's like you didn't magician. No, you changed things, right? That was purposeful, right? That was purpose. Like, that was a purpose. Like, it was on purpose. You knew it was here to level you up, right? And internally, it's kind of like you've been here before, so you're just putting your guards up in the right way. For both parties, this is what a go around and find out moment can do. It changes them and changes you. Ashe.